Moving on to the next is the fourth phase, that is the luteal phase. Fourth is the luteal phase. Luteal phase starts from 15th to 28th day of the menstrual cycle. An ovum, whether it is fertilized or unfertilized, is implanted in the endometrium of the uterus, and the uterine wall, through the blood supply, blood capillaries, it gives nourishment to the ovum, fertilized ovum, for the development. And during this time, the estrogen level becomes less, whereas the progesterone level will become maximum. Once again, let us see that graphical representation representing first 14th day, 28th day. So this is the progesterone, and this black color is representing the estrogen. On the 14th day of the menstrual cycle, the estrogen level is becoming maximum, so that it helps in the rupturing of the Graafian follicle, and this secondary oocyte or the ovum is released. But the level of progesterone here, we can see it is almost like zero only. After 14th, it is increasing and it is coming to a peak during this luteal phase, and then gradually it declines in the absence of fertilization. So this is the luteal phase. We have seen that the follicle cells are released after the rupturing of the mature Graafian follicle. Then it forms the corpus luteum. Corpus luteum. It's the corpus luteum, but in the absence of pregnancy, that means the ovum is not fertilized, it is degenerating, and finally corpus luteum is degenerating. The corpus luteum, in the absence of fertilization, when it is rupturing, that time it is degenerating. Then here comes again the first day and the onset of next menstrual cycle. Luteal phase or the secretory phase is the phase where the ovum, whether it is fertilized or unfertilized, is implanting into the endometrium of the uterus, and for that the hormone progesterone helps in that implantation and further nourishment and its further development, because the progesterone hormone is forming from the corpus luteum, which is formed after the ovulation, and finally it is degenerating in the absence of fertilization. So these are the different phases of menstrual cycle. Let's have a look into the diagrammatic representation which is given here. We can see the various phases of menstrual cycle. That is, here is the menstrual phase where 3 to 5 days where menses is possible to occur. Then from starting here to the 13th day is the follicular phase or the proliferative phase. The 14th day is the ovulatory phase where ovulation occurs, and 15 to 28 is the luteal phase. Now you can see the uterine cycle here. That means in the uterus, what are the events taking place in the endometrium? It is represented here. The flow of blood indicates the menses, that is from 1 to 5 days, and afterwards the uterine wall is recovering from healing and it is developing in order to receive the next egg for implantation. So that is being shown here, and up to the 28th day the cycle which may end. In the proliferative phase, the uterine wall is recovering up to here, and afterwards implantation is taking place. Now coming to the ovarian hormone level, this light blue color represents the estradiol, which is the estrogen, and you can see initially the estrogen level is less, and nearly to the 14th day it is becoming maximum, then it is coming down, and then a gradual increase, slight increase you can see at the end. It is falling down and slightly it is increasing. Whereas you can see the progesterone level. Progesterone, it is initially 0. When it reaches up to the 14th, it is still 0 only. Afterwards, a steep increase we can see. Why? Because the progesterone hormone is produced from the corpus luteum, which is formed after the ovulation. The follicle cells are joined together to form the corpus luteum, and this hormone is produced. So the progesterone level is high, maximum here, where the implantation is taking place, and the development of uterine line, the endometrium, is up to maximum here. At the end you can see, in the absence of fertilization, the corpus luteum is degenerating. You can see the follicle cells are developing up to here, and at the 14th day ovulation occurs. The follicle cells are forming the corpus luteum, and in the absence of fertilization, gradually it is decreasing in its size, and finally it is degenerating. So you can see, as it degenerates, the progesterone level, when the corpus luteum is maximum, the level of progesterone is high, and when it is degenerating, the level is declining, and finally it comes to the 0. Then in connection with the anterior pituitary hormones also we can see, which are the FSH and LH. You can see this black color, which is represented by the LH, luteinizing hormone, initially 0. When it comes to the ovulation, 14th day, it becomes the maximum, and maximum LH hormone it comes, and that is known as LH surge, and this is declining thereafterwards. In case of this follicle stimulating hormone also, initially it is 0, like during the proliferative phase, proliferation need to occur, therefore it is increasing in its peak, and up to then a gradual decline you can see. At 14th day it increases slightly, then almost it is like 0 only. And additionally here the body temperature almost nearly remains constant, like this doesn't mean that this is 0, constant like, but at the time of ovulation it is increasing, and during the pregnancy period or during the luteal phase, the body temperature remains high, and at the end of this luteal phase, the increased body temperature is slightly coming down to the normal. Now let's have a look into the next diagrammatic representation, which is given here, the ovarian cycle and the involvement of pituitary hormones, which we have already discussed in the previous diagram. You can see once again little more clearly the ovarian cycle, which involves the follicle cells. Gradually it is developing secondary, tertiary, and antrum cavity and all you can see here, and the mature Graafian follicle. Then on the 14th day, the ovulation is occurring, the oocyte is released, and the corpus luteum is forming, which is degenerating thereafterwards. Then coming to the pituitary hormones, from the adenohypophysis, two hormones are secreted, that are the FSH and LH. And during the proliferative phase and menstrual phase, it is almost zero-like, and on 14th it is becoming maximum, which is called the LH surge. Then it gradually declines and remains as same. Whereas the follicle stimulating hormone, during the follicular phase it is increasing, then a gradual decrease, then on 14th day it is increasing again, and then comes to zero level. This is a fertile period where the chances of fertilization is high during those days, that ovulation and prior to ovulation or immediately after the ovulation. Here is another diagram representing the menstrual cycle wheel, that is represented by the day-wise summary. We can see here starting from the first day to 5th, or it can extend up to 7th, the menstruation where the menses can occur. Then this is a proliferative phase including up to the 13th day, and 14th ovulation is taking place. So 13th, 14th and 15th consider the ovulation or prior to ovulation, etc. Except 14th day ovulation occurs. Then 16th to 28th day is the luteal phase. You can see that here the ovarian development, the follicles are also shown here. Primary follicles are increasing, secondary, tertiary, Graafian follicle, it is rupturing, ovulation taking place, corpus luteum is forming, corpus luteum increases its size, later it is degenerating. Now please look into this diagrammatic representation, which is given here, the menstrual cycle wheel showing the fertility and the chances of fertility and infertility. You can see here starting from the first day up to 5th where menses occurs. Thereafterwards the proliferative phase, the chances of ovulation, that is from 14th day. So it starts from 12, 13, 14, 15 and 16. These days the chances of fertilization is more, where maximum chance is on the 14th day. This phase, that is a follicular phase, up to 10th day, probably it is infertile. Starting from 18th to 28th is infertile, that is during the luteal phase. Why? Because the ovum is already implanted, so therefore there is no chances of fertilization. And also we know that it could be taking place in the ampullary isthmic junction. Here the ovum is already implanted. At the age of 45 to 50, around this age, the menstrual cycle stops, and that is known as the menopause. And that's about today's class. And next day we will discuss the rest of the part. Thank you.